In this video, we're going to cover how to export history log data to an Excel file and get it formatted properly. In this particular example, we're going to use a BMU, although you could do it for a charger as well. It's a very similar operation. First, you choose your customer in your fleet. We're going to choose Ecotech and this battery right here. We're going to right-click and hit View Details, although alternatively you could double-click on that item as well. We're going to choose the History Log tab, and we're going to come down and choose Export. We're going to go ahead and export it to this file name. Here is, we're going to hit Save. And it should be there. So now we're going to open Excel, and we're going to browse and look for that particular item. Go by Date Modified, and you want to make sure you have all files selected so that that particular item shows up, because it does export as a .csv file. That stands for comma separated value, and it is an Excel file format, but it's not the default. So you want to make sure you hit all files so that it shows up. And we select it and hit open. And now we get the data into Excel. As you can see, all our data has come into column A, so we need to fix that. The reason for that is we use a European format CSV file where the data is separated by semicolons rather than commas. Most people here in the US, like myself, have standard US CSV format, which is looking for commas. But we can easily fix that by going to Data, select the text to columns, and that opens up this wizard. And we want to choose Delimited here if it's not already selected. Hit Next. Choose the semicolon item. And you can see how now the data is all separated out nice and clean. We hit Next, hit Finish, and there we go. Typically what I like to do is I like to go through and the date columns, which come in default too short, I like to widen those up so that they're visible. And there should be one more out here. Then after I do that, go back here. Sometimes the customer on fleet will be too narrow. We're going to open the number up. For some reason it wanted to take it to scientific notation there. That doesn't make any sense. So we'll widen that up so that it's there okay. The next thing I always do is I set up the title column so that we can actually see all the data rationally and not have it truncated. So we do that and we go to View. Actually, we go right-click on it and go to Format Cells. The window pulls up and we want to go to Alignment and Wrap Text and say OK. That gives us all our information is there. The next thing I usually do is go to View. While I have that highlighted, choose Freeze Panes and freeze the top row. That allows us to scroll through the data and keep this title column up there. Then the other thing I typically do is choose the entire spreadsheet and center the data so that it's a little bit neater. You can go through then, and if you like to widen up some of the items so that we don't have cells that are cut off too bad, that the words are truncated. Looks like we're in pretty good shape, except for maybe this one here. I'm going to widen this one up. I thought I did that already, but there it is now. And I'm going to widen this one up a little bit too. Again, I thought I had done that, but I think I lost that when I did all the cells to that same width. So I'm going to go back and fix those again. And there we go. Everything should be completed. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you want to export the charger data, you need to do it in a very similar fashion. The last step we do here is we want to execute a Save As, because if we save it back into the CSV format, you will lose a lot of that special formatting. And we'll choose the folder to do that in, and then the last thing we want to do is remove this CSV delimited comma delimited, and go to a standard Excel workbook and save it there. Typically, I just leave the name the same in case I want to ever refer back to the original data. And now it's complete. We are done. Thank you, and again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact Ecotech at 937-606-2793. Ask for Todd or Dave, and we'll be happy to walk you through this process.